So you probably won't tell us exactly, but do you have an idea of what the rotation's going to be? Have you guys already kind of figured out how much you're going to shrink it as you conference play here?
I don't know that we'll necessarily shrink it. The guys have been practicing hard, so I mean, our commitment to them, as long as you're working hard, you earn the right to play, and you'll get reps.
Do you have like an ideal world X number of receivers would play, or?
You know, a total figure, I would say we'll probably rotate anywhere from 7 to 8.
Who had the best bye week out of the group?
That's a hard question. You know, those guys, they came out and they worked their butts off these last couple of weeks. So, I mean, I can't say who had the best bye week. You know, a lot of them did a lot of great things and kind of put us in this predicament to answer her question. By obviously committing to putting 7 to 8 guys out there. So I mean, it's a testament to how hard they work. Saturday we'll get a chance for them to go out and showcase what they can do.
Obviously, it's early in the season, but Caleb seems like he's been especially, sharp on deep balls, just the deep passing game, just in general. Have you noticed improvements just in passing wise?
You know, that was something that we wanted to focus on during the off season and during training camp. And I think we hadn't quite gotten to the point that I would like it to be, but we've gotten a lot better than what we have been in the past. That's something that like I said, we wanted to work on. We want to make people to be able to respect the whole areas of the field, both our intermediate game and our deep ball game. So I mean, there's something that we worked on. There's something that is transferred over to game day, and hopefully it's something that we'll continue to be able to utilize on game days and utilize the rest of the season.
When it comes to game prep, do you study last year's Washington State game? Does that hold any value?
We study everything. We spend a lot of hours up here. We study everything.
It seems like Dorian's really been a big beneficiary of Caleb's plays when he freelances. Just what's key to kind of making big plays as a receiver once you see Caleb going out of the pocket?
Well, he's active and he's going to look to throw the ball. So, I mean, our biggest thing is, we work scramble drills within every play that we have. And, guys have done a great job of understanding spacings and getting to their spots, and he's done a great job of finding them. So, it's something that we work, several times a week, and it's paying off in games.
How would you evaluate the group's energy going into this week coming off of the bye?
They came back. Their bodies were refreshed. We've had a great Monday and a great Tuesday practice so far. There are some things that we'll have to clean up today, but there were some things that we introduced. So we went into it knowing that. I think they're excited and they're ready to play. The biggest challenge for us, this team has never been on the road this year. So it's going to be a test for us to make sure that we can go into somebody else's house and not have the energy of our crowd, but have each other to depend on and go out and play at the same level that we've been able to play at home.
What's been your evaluation of practice so far? How many catches predicted, 3 touchdowns in that minute, to maximize his opportunities?
No, I mean he's taking what we're preaching in the meeting rooms, not just to him but to all of those guys. We're going to spread the ball around. Everybody's going to get their shot. It's on you now to maximize it and show what you can do when you get it. So I think he's done a great job of doing that so far.
Coach, with Taj, when you got here, Coach Riley talked about how you gave him a lot of things that you wanted him to work on, and he's done really well with that. What specifically did you target with him, and how impressive you've been with his work ethic and just how he attacks every day?
When we first got here, and looking at all of those guys, one of his Achilles' heels is, having patience and calming himself when the ball is in the air. I think somebody asked a question about deep balls earlier. In years past, that was kind of not a strong point of his. That was one of the things that he's worked on since we've been here, and I think it's benefited him as well as others.
Obviously, I'm sure you're aware of the reporter who was spending a couple of weeks, but from your point of view, coaches can be like father figures and protector. Why is it so important for coaches to have these media policies in place to protect your players?
Honestly, I kind of shield myself from the media, so I'm really not privileged to your question. We do look at our players like they're our children, so that would be a question really that you would have to ask him, because I don't really read any kind of media outlet, especially during the season.
When you talk about Taj improving on deep balls, what's involved with him kind of improving in that way?
A large part of it is just concentration. A lot of times when that ball's in the air, as a receiver, you want it to get down so you can get your hands on it. So, just kind of relaxing yourself, relaxing your mind, and especially when you got somebody hanging on to you.
What's the best thing Taj has cooked for you? I don't know if they want to waste the last question.
It's chicken Alfredo.
Thank you, Coach.